It was 2 a.m. in the morning. Zane had been studying for 40 minutes. Or that is what he told himself. In reality, he had opened his textbook, then opened his phone, then scrolled for 22 minutes without stopping. He did not even remember picking it up. Now he sat with his thumb still moving image after image, video after video, and somewhere in the back of his mind, a quiet voice said, "You have an exam in 3 days." He kept scrolling. Zane was 20 years old, second year of university. He was not a bad student. He understood the material. His notes were organized. He even had a study schedule, color-coded, planned carefully on a Sunday evening, but it was now Wednesday. And he had followed that schedule for exactly 1 day. The problem was always the same. He would sit down to study. His mind would feel the pressure, and within minutes, his hand would find his phone. Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, a message thread that could wait until tomorrow. 1 minute became 10. 10 became 40. He had 47 browser tabs open. He had read the same paragraph 6 times. And the exam was in 3 days. The next morning, Zane went to the university library. No phone, he decided. Leave it in the bag. He lasted 11 minutes. Across the table, a young woman was working in complete stillness. Her name was Sophia. He had seen her in one of his lectures. She had 1 notebook, 1 pen, 1 textbook, no laptop, no phone on the table. She did not look up for the entire hour he watched her. When she finally stopped to drink water, Zane leaned forward. "How do you do that?" he asked quietly. She looked at him. "Do what?" "Stay like that. Not move, not check anything." Sophia was quiet for a moment. Then she said something he did not expect. "I still want to check. I just stopped believing that feeling means I have to." Zane thought about that sentence all afternoon. "I still want to check. I just stopped believing that feeling means I have to." He had always blamed his phone. His apartment was too noisy. His friends texted too often. The apps were too entertaining. But that evening, he did something radical. He deleted Instagram. He deleted TikTok. He put his phone in his closet and closed the door. Then he sat down at his desk. And within 4 minutes, he was reorganizing his bookshelf. He stopped. He stared at his own hands. The phone was gone. The apps were gone. And his mind had still found a way to escape. That was the moment he understood the truth. The phone was never the enemy. The phone was simply the door his mind ran to. Remove the door, it finds a window. Remove the window, it finds the bookshelf. The mind will always find something. The real problem was not in his pocket. The real problem was untrained, and it lived between his ears. He went back to the library the next day. Sophia was already there. Same spot, same stillness. He sat down across from her. He opened his textbook. He lasted 6 minutes before his legs started shaking under the table. Sophia looked up. "First time training?" she asked quietly. He laughed once, nervous. "Is it that obvious?" She nodded, but not unkindly. "I was the same. I used to check my phone during every paragraph, every single one." "What changed?" Zane asked. She thought for a moment. "I stopped trying to kill the distraction. I just started noticing it. Like, okay, my mind just ran. Now I bring it back. That's the whole practice. Notice, return. Notice, return." She picked up her pen. "Your mind will run 100 times in 1 hour. That's normal. The discipline is not stopping it from running. It's learning to come back every time it does." That night, Zane sat at his desk, textbook open, phone in the closet, 1 glass of water. His mind immediately jumped to a conversation from 3 days ago. Something a friend had said that still bothered him. He noticed it. He came back. Then it jumped to whether he had replied to his mother's message. He noticed it. He came back. Then it jumped to a video he had watched 2 weeks ago. Funny, meaningless, gone in seconds, and his hand actually reached toward his pocket before he remembered his phone was not there. He sat with the reaching feeling. It was uncomfortable, almost itchy. He noticed it. He breathed. He came back. Word by word, page by page. An hour passed. Then another. His mind ran 40, 50, 60 times. Each time he noticed. Each time he returned. His legs stopped shaking somewhere around the second hour. His breathing slowed. The words on the page started to mean something again. He did not become a different person that night. He did not suddenly love studying, but for the first time in months, he stayed. We live in a world designed to steal your attention. Every notification, every scroll, every autoplay video, all of it is engineered to pull your mind away from what matters. Discipline, in this world, is not a luxury. It is survival. And it is not about destroying your phone or living like a monk. It is about learning one small, powerful skill. Notice when your mind runs. And come back. Come back to your work. Come back to your page. Come back to this moment. Do it enough times, and something changes. Not the world around you, not the noise, not the apps. You change. And that is where focus is built, one return at a time.